Well, hey, everybody. Thanks for coming back to another episode of Scott's Streaming Consciousness of Poker. Got myself a new microphone. I hope the audio's better this week. I know it's been good the last couple of weeks, but somebody said, Scott, your show's great. You need a new microphone. So, hence the fancy Shure microphone. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about Quest today. I'm just talking strategy. We're going to join the 30-60 table. Okay, just a couple of things I want you to see before I get started. Essentially, what I want you to see is the fact that we have about 3,419,000,000 chips now, just a little over. So I have been playing without you, my friends. I'm sorry. I only do this once a week, so that's why you got to subscribe. Okay, we're going to join the 30-60 table, as I said. All right. And that's the 30-60 table, 30 small blind, 60 big blind. We can talk about blinds if you have questions, but be sure to hit the subscribe. And away with that, we're going to go. Sometimes it takes a little time to get our seat, as you know. We're going to go in with 4.5 million in chips. And we're going to see what happens. They always make us wait. Go ahead and move myself out of the way here for you. Today they got a bingo thing going on. There's different games that happen. Remember, I always say take your bonuses when you can. So since we're not in this hand, we're going to go ahead and grab anything that's in our inbox. In this case, it's chip gifts from other players. And I think we'll probably get in on this hand. There we go. So that was quick. We've got a 7 queen of clubs, which is great. We've got the club bonus because we actually hit the right threshold right now. We'll go ahead and check this 7 queen of clubs. So we've got 7 queens suited. And now we have a pair of queens and a pair of sevens. We're going to go ahead and make a raise. Just wait for it to become our bet here. It's our bet. We'll raise it up 840K. We don't want to chase too many people off the table, right? Cool. And looks like everybody's in with us. So now we've got a full boat. I got 3 sevens and 2 queens, a pretty good hand. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to raise it up again because I still got one more card and I want to build the pot up. I call this value potting. I like to really drive it up. Most people don't realize I have a full boat. And some other people might have sevens. I don't know. I know nobody's a 4 of a kind. So I'm going to check this last bit here. And our full house just won us 6.79 million, our first hand. Very, very nice. I'm very happy about that. All right, now we have King 8 suited. Of course, we're going to call and stay in on that. We don't have the small or the big, so it's going to cost us 60 grand to stay in the game. And the flop is 7, 8, 9. So we've got a pair of 8s. So far, the cards look good for us. We're going to check. And look at that, a 3 of clubs. It doesn't really help our cause. We still only have a pair of 8s, but we'll see what the bet comes up. There's nobody challenging with a raise, so we'll stay. And what do we got? Oh, somebody's wanting us to spend 2.5 million to stay in the game. Folks, we're playing conservative. We're not playing for Quest, so I'm going to go ahead and fold that. A lot of people would say, well, look, 2 pair 8s and 3s, but let's see what won. Let's see who won, because we may have dodged a bullet, in which case I like to post that in the game chat. Let's see what happens. 3 of a kind, so we lost, and that's great. I'm very happy to have moved on from that hand. Now we've got a 4 and a 5 unsuited. Now, in most terms, I'm going to go ahead and fold. But for today, I'm going to call because I'm going to go to the flop. And if it costs any more than 60K, I'm going to fold. But typically, I'll go as high as the big blind. Even if I am the big blind, I typically don't go higher. Now, look at that. We've got 2 pair right on the flop. So I made a good choice. I will raise this up. I won't go hog wild. I'm going to raise it up, let's see, 480. I want to keep other players in the game. Suits aren't really at a figure here unless somebody's got 2 diamonds. But a 5 and a 4 is pretty strong out on the flop, a 2 pair 5-4. Let's see what happens. Coming around, and there's an 8. Doesn't really help us, and doesn't help anybody who's got hearts or diamonds. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to raise the bet up again. Again, conservative, 660. I think I have the strong hand right now. Hard to size up players in the simulator, obviously. Can't look people in the eye with my fancy glasses. All right, what do we got? Are we still going to hold on to 2 pair? Looks like we've got our pair got a little stronger with eights and fives, but that does bring some other players into the game who may have had an eight. I might be facing down a three of a kind, but for 60 grand, I'm going to call, and we'll see if our eights and fives are strong enough. You never get credit for having an extra pair. Like, okay, so tens and eights beat us. Good hand. I don't mind losing a little bit of money on a good hand like that. Jaden won 6.43 million. We've got a king four out of the shoe. Go ahead, and it's unsuited, but it's only 60 grand, and if somebody raises it up crazy, we're going to drop off this hand. But we're going to keep it going for now. And let's see, what do we got? What do we got? Who's coming around? So this looks good for us. We've got 3 diamonds, plus we've got possible straighting. So we're just going to check for now. Again, conservative play says you check. Conservative play also would have me fold on a king four unsuited. So I'm just playing along. Now somebody wants $1,044,000 for me to stay in the game. You know what? I'm looking good at 7.5 million chips, 7.2. I only came in with 4.5. So just for fun, because it looks like I got some strong possibilities in my hand, I'm going to call this $1,004,000. Now look at that. I just pulled our 4th diamond. I'm going to check the hand again. Let the other people do the work on the raising. I don't need to be aggressive. Here's 2.5 million again. I'm going to stay in. I don't know what my chances are pulling another diamond, but they're not good because I didn't get one. Now, look at this. I essentially don't have a hand, and I'm in for several million. I'm just going to check for the hell of it because there's no cost in checking. Not on this particular bet. Now somebody wants 3.5 million for me to stay in. No, I have nothing. I don't even have a flush or a high card, and I lost. So, good. I dodged a bullet by not kicking in another 3.2 million, not 3.5. I misspoke. All right, here we go. New cards out of the shoe. What do we got? We got 8 and 6. Unsuited. Now, I'm going to hit the check fold button because I don't believe in playing 8-6. I know there's possible straighting there, and maybe I'm being silly. And again, check fold allows me to just come around the horn. This time I'm just going to check. There's no cost. If there's no cost to get other cards, that's great. But if there's if there's raises involved, somebody raises $1 million, $2 million in this particular table. Oh, so we've got a pair of 8s, okay. We're going to check that pair of 8s. You never know if another 8's coming. 3 of a kind's good, but, you got the river, you got the turn. I like to see a hand develop on the flop, as most of us do, but I'm always worried about what other people have. I'm going to go ahead and call the 420 with a pair of 8s, and if we're lucky, we'll pull another 8. All right, what do we got? So we got 2 pair 8s and 4s. We'll check. I don't think it's a great hand. I never think 2 pairs a great hand unless you have suited cards or aces. But 2 pair, look at that. Aces and 4s won over my 8s and 8s and 4s. So, of course, I lost. 6 and 2. Again, not a great hand, but a 3, 4, 5 on the flop means I flopped a straight. So I'm going to go ahead, and since I'm already in automatically for the 30,000 chips because I'm the small, right? I'm the small blind. I'm going to go ahead and call. Now, a 2-7 jack, that's not bad. It's a pair, and there's also clubs there, so I'm going to check again. Pair of 2s can beat an ace-king, I'll tell you what. Now I'm asked to call 60K to get another card at this point, unless somebody else raises up. So let's see what we got. I'm going to stay in for 60K. I got a pair of 2s and possible flushing. And that doesn't help my cause, that 9, but I'm going to check anyway since I'm the first one. Let's see if anybody raises up. If anybody raises up, I may drop out. 180K. What do you guys think? Do I stay in for 180K, see if I can pull a deuce? Up to you. You're all saying yes? Okay. Up to you, my friends. All right, so I got 2s, and that's all I got. I got a pair of 2s. So I'm going to check with my pair of 2s. I have one with a pair of 2s rarely, but I don't think I want to take a 1.8 million chip chance. So, especially against 2 different straights. So I dodged a bullet again. Now we started off strong, but it looks like we've weakened. I like a higher 7-10 possibility of straight, so we're going to stay in this one. And let's see what comes out of the dealer. I'm still waiting for that really nice large hand so I can tip the dealer. Now they're asking us to spend another $1 million for the flop. You know what? Get me to the flop. Okay, 6, 7, 7, 10 jack. Looking good on the straighting. An 8 and a 9. Another 7 looks good for us. I'm going to call the 600. Okay, 6, 7. Now we're just missing the 9. we pull the 9 in the, in the inside, we're good here. Let's see. What do we got? And no. So all we have is a pair of 7s, which I don't think is going to be enough, but I'm going to check. So there you go. A pair of jacks won it. We're not doing great today, my friends. Sorry about that. It's how it goes at the poker table. Matter of fact, since we only have 133,000 chips left, just for fun, I'm going to go all in and we'll let it go autopilot. That way I just sit back and watch everybody else do their thing. I call this fun. I don't know why I call it fun. I just do. All right, so out of the shoe, we got a 6 and a 9 and a 2. Out on the flop, I've been playing poker, so blackjack. I'm confused. So I got a pair of 9s, but I already folded. And not even possible flushing for me anymore because we missed would have needed another club on the flop. And the river. Okay, so it turned out to be a very good fold for us, right? Because nothing. I'm sorry, an all good, all in. I didn't fold. Sorry, folks. Still early here in Los Angeles. All right. Here come the cards. Very excited. And what do we got? Oh, I like this ace-5 better, so I'm going to call the 60. And while I'm calling the 60, I'm going to hit my inbox and grab my bonus. There's my king-4 bonus. Always grab your bonuses. And look, now we have a pair of aces. I'm going to raise with this pair of aces, if you don't mind. And we're going to go 720. Still 2 cards left. See what happens. Okay. Come around the horn, come around the horn, come around the horn. All right. Now, this doesn't help me necessarily, but it's still a higher card, so I'm going to check. I might be the only pair of aces at the table, but I'm going to check just to make sure, and we won. We also won a 337,500 point bonus, chip bonus for staying in the whole way. 5-7, possible straighting. I'm going to go ahead and call the 60. Look at that, flop the straight. So now I have a value hand. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep my betting very minimal. I want to really build this pot. I want to keep as many people in as I can. To flop a straight is really great. You can also go all in, as sometimes strategy would dictate, to force everybody off. But I want to bring some chips in. I've had a couple of low hands. So here we go. All right. So now I've even, if somebody's got a pair of 4s down, then I lose. But that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and bet again. Very modest. Just for fun, I'm going to tip the dealer, give her a little grease. And there is a 9. So I actually even pulled a higher straight, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I tell you what, now we're really going to make a nice bet and see what anybody wants to do, because there's already 11.2 million in the bucket. Let's see what anybody want a FAFO? I call this the FAFO, by the way. FAFO. It might be me doing the FAFO. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Look at that, folks. Look at that, folks. 9.5 million chips on a high straight, or minimal straight, excuse me, but in the mid-range of the cards. Here's a Q7 suited. We're going to go ahead and call 60K on that. And let's see what happens. That's another 480. I'll stay in. Just for fun, I'm going to check the quest. Where are we? It's win 4 hands. So one more hand that we win, we also get the quest. So I'm going to stay in till we get the quest, and then we'll talk on the other side when we leave the table about what just happened. Now they want me to kick in 5.4 million. Should I unsuited Queen 7? You know what, folks? I don't feel good. I'm going to go with my gut. My gut. You can't see me pointing at my gut. Don't like the Q7. I like the fact I'm suited, but we're going to watch very carefully. I still only have the high card. And look at that. It turned out to be a really good fold for us because somebody had a 3 of a kind. Great. I love it. I like when I fold well. I don't like when I fold unwell, and you know what I mean. My friend would say, you folded. Whatever. Get how you do, but turn your back. All right, that's fine. I don't believe what he says. I can't help but watch the cards. I have to watch the cards. And it's really important. I talk to you guys as I'm watching the cards. So we've got a 7-8 unsuited, possible straighting. Here we come around the horn. We're coming up on the small blind. Who is that? Joe Mama. And let's see, what do we got? We got a 4 queen ace on the flop. Nothing really helpful, but nobody's raising, so we'll hit check. Jorge's in. Morgan, are you in? All right, somebody with a 10. Really nothing going on for us, even if we pull a 9, but no challenge on the raise, so we'll hit check and see what happens. And a million's a little bit strong for us, isn't it? So we're going to fold that. We're not going to play, we're not going to, even consider playing when we have nothing. Because even if we pull a 9, we got nothing. There's no jack showing. There's nothing. So now somebody has a pair of queens, and if they have another card down, they could have 2 pair, we lose. Statistically, we played it right. We're going to find it in a second. Because even on high card, an ace is going to win this. And looks like somebody before showdown. Morgan won before showdown, so that's fine. Queen 5 unsuited. We're going to go ahead and again, if we're not challenged in a large bet, we're going to stay in. Okay, bye, Joe Mama. Bye-bye. And let's see, what do we got? What do we got? We're still in check mode, so I'm going to hit check. So we've got an 8, 9, 10. So a jack comes up in the next 2 cards. We got ourselves a flush. So we're going to check and stay in. A flush, excuse me, a straight. Again, not perfect today, folks, sorry. Pair of 5s, we're still close, so we're going to stay in with a check. Let's see, come on, jack. We want that jack. We're going to even call that 180. We'll pay 180,000 chips for a jack. Okay, well, we didn't pull the straight, but we have a pair of 5s, so we'll check. It may be good enough with a pair of 5s. You'd be surprised. Again, I've won with a pair of 2s, but you know what? For $1.2 million, not going to do it. So somebody won with 2 pair. That's great. We dodged a bullet. We're going to win one more hand here. We'll satisfy the quest. We've got suited king 7. We're going to go ahead and call the 30. While it's coming around, I'm going to check my inbox. I've got gifts. Okay, who from Ian? Nice. I've got bonuses. Let's see. Are you going to get them before I get back to the table? Ooh, yes, $1 million in chips. And now we're back here, and I called my 30 because I am the small blind. And let's see. Oh, it's up 2. So it's going to cost me about $760,000 to play this hand, but I like king 7 suited. Now what do we got? Still got the high card with the king, but look, we pulled an ace. 2 more clubs were great. We're going to hit check. Here we go. It's very exciting, very exciting. Oh, this doesn't help us, friends, but we're going to check anyways. But this 10 doesn't help us. Somebody could say, I'm going to spend a lot of money here, but we're going to check again. We could win with just the king. The king could be the high card. No. Somebody won with a pair of 8s. All right. I don't care about your bingo game. Go away, bingo game. All right, 9-8, possible straighting. We're going to call the 60K. Again, it seems like our luck has been sort of like this through this session. I'm trying to get through it for all of us to have some fun and talk on the other side. But what can I tell you? Sometimes it just goes great. Sometimes it doesn't. There's a pair of 9s on the flop. We're going to check and stay in with this pair of 9s. I'm not going to be aggressive and raise the bet up. I don't think there's any point. Another 9 comes, and perhaps I will. Now, 2 pair, I'm definitely going to raise up. But somebody has a queen on the table. They've got themselves 3 of a kind. So I kind of have to be careful here. Usually somebody has a pair of queens or another queen. They'll get aggressive and raise up. But let's see. John, no. Okay, it's up to me. I'm going to raise the bet up to 138. So anybody who's got the stomach, Morgan, are you in? Are you in, Morgan? Are you in, Morgan? Morgan's out. Let's see. Are you in, John? John might drop out, in which case, let's see what I got. Jorge's in. It looks like he's behind my head. All right, so 2 pair, 9s and queens. I'm going to check that. And look at that. We won 2 pair, and we completed the quest. And as I always have said to you in other shows, we're going to go ahead and let the next 2 cards come. We're going to call. We're going to hit our claim. We're going to claim now. Always claim now. And you guys can see I've been playing a little bit, so we're up to play. Quest 3 will be to just play 10 hands. It won't involve us today. Again, I'm not going to talk about quests. But there is a seasonal quest I'm going to show you that we just won. And we're just going to play out this hand. And 2, 3, 4. A 5 gives us a straight. So we're just going to go ahead and check in through here. And ironically, we're going to leave as just the second chip leader. Morgan has 15.3. I've got 13 almost. But that's okay. I'm moving on. The show's for you guys, not for me. A pair of 8s, and if we pull the 7, that's great. The hand strength's about 50%, as you can see. There's always a hand strength listing over here. We're going to check. And now's a 900 call. So let's see what happens, just for fun. I got plenty of chip winnings today. We've done very good. So it's 8s and 4s. Let's see if that's good enough to win it. 2 pair. It's sometimes good enough. So we won 2 pair. That's great. I'm going to say thanks. 2 cards are going to come out of the dealer very, very quickly. Let's see what they are. It's suited. I'm going to tip the dealer. You know, sometimes, just so you guys know, there we go. You have to tap it a couple of times. But I'm just going to, I always will just play the hands out. That's what I do, unless I fold. So, again, no reason not to fold with a 10-4 suited. So I'm just going to play the hand out for fun. And what I usually notice is who else tips the dealer after I tip the dealer. So we've got 4s and 6s on the flop, 2 pair on the flop, which gives us a 37% chance of having a full boat when on the next 2 cards. 3rd Avenue and 4th Avenue. Turn and river. Yeah, you get it. River and turn, turn and river. I don't care. Well, you can call them whatever you want. I call it the next 2 cards. Okay? I'm just going to call the 480. Let somebody else be aggressive with the betting. I don't really care at this point, as long as there is a raise. I'm staying in, right? I got 14.4 million chips, and as I showed you all before, you and I have 3.4 billion in slushy, so we're fun. Going to go ahead and check. There's an 8 that came out. So now we've got 4s and 6s and an 8. Again, no biggie for us, but somebody's asking me to call 7 million on 4s and 6s. What do you guys think? No. Somebody's got 6s. So I'm getting out. I'm going to the lobby. If I leave now, I lose my momentum. Great. Happy to do it. Now, right above my head is a claim. A claim. So, we're going to claim. And what happens is the special quests often give you a lot of nice goodies. So, by coming here, I've actually got 2 daily quests to claim. I've won 8 times with the high card or better. So I'm going to claim that. Got to get your claims. And I got a claim for 2 daily quests. So I got that too. Now what happens is it gives you these reveal cards. And what's really cool is once you fill up this thing, you get like 15 million chips. So again, it's very important to keep doing these quests, do the seasonal quests, do the special quests, right? These two behind my head here. Okay, very important. And what you're going to see now is when I go back to play again, it's play 10 hands, right? So if I'm going to play 10 hands and I've already played one of the 10, all I have to do is play 10 hands and I've reached the next quest. It doesn't matter if I fold 10 hands. All right. Now for you guys, I'm going to play some video poker because I'm going to grab some more chips so you can see where we left off today on total chips, and then next time you'll see I'll have another couple 100 million. All right. So look at that. Almost a flush. I'm sorry. I keep saying flush instead of straight. Almost a straight. Right? We're hoping for the queen. If any wild card comes up in the deck here, we've won, but let's see what we got. Well, look at all those straights. So free 871,920 chips we're going to deal. We got a pair of queens, and we're going to leave the ace, 7, and 3 alone and work on that pair of queens. And again, there's a pesky 7, but we wouldn't have known to keep that. So far, 2 hands of video poker, and we've got almost 2 million in chips. This will be our last hand, and we've got nice diamonds here with a high queen, and let's see. So pair of 10s. Let's see how it sketches out. All right, we got 3 of a kind and a flush. So look what we just did. Just by having a seasonal quest, we've gone ahead and added 2.6 million in chips, okay? So I can't stress enough how important it is to play these quests, to grab these cards. Make sure you're doing everything they're giving you. Everything. You got to do everything they're giving you. You can't see. I'm going to move out of the way. I got a free spin of the wheel. There's my spin of the wheel. Let's see what happens. It's a free spin, so it's free. And it was nothing. So I got another free spin. Now, anything that comes free, of course, is chip worthy. 2,660,000 2,656,500 chips for free just now. Okay, folks. Now, please. I get cut off here. Let me come back to the center, folks. Thank you. Notice I now have 3,432,365,077 chips. I have never given World Series of Poker 1 penny. Everything I've won at the tables, everything I've won through quests, chip gifts, bonus chips, everything I've shown you. I'm telling you, this is the best way to learn how to play this. I just want to show you one more thing before we go today. I have played a total of 22,623 hands. My highest hand is a straight flush. I still long to win by way of royal flush. And I know that many people have. So, until next time, I really thank you folks for watching me pontificate my streaming consciousness of poker while I play the World Series of Poker. I encourage you to play it this way. You'll learn the game. You'll understand how other players work, even if you can't see them. Hit the subscribe. And of course, you can always email me through this channel. Look forward to seeing you next time.